Hello everyone and welcome back to Explain the Charts. Today is March 16th, 2026, and we are diving deep into the recent developments for Litecoin. The market is buzzing with news that could signal a major shift for LTCUSD. First, let's look at the headlines impacting the price today. A massive whale moved 1.25 million LTC off the OKX exchange yesterday, March 15th. This transfer is valued at approximately $68.2 million and has sparked massive accumulation hopes among investors. Historically, moving large amounts of assets off exchanges suggests a long-term holding strategy rather than immediate sell pressure. We are also looking ahead to the next Litecoin halving, which is now roughly 500 days away. This event, scheduled for July 2027, will slash miner rewards from 6.25 to 3.125 LTC per block. On the technical side, the LitVM testnet is launching this quarter, bringing EVE-M-compatible smart contracts to the network. This is a massive fundamental upgrade that could transform Litecoin from a simple payment token into a DeFi powerhouse. However, it is not all bullish news, as U.S. spot Litecoin ETFs saw minor net outflows of $271,000 recently. Institutional demand remains somewhat tepid despite corporate treasury initiatives like the $100 million Lite strategy by MEI Pharma. Weiss Research currently gives Litecoin a B- rating, citing strong technology but lackluster market performance. Now, let's transition to the price data to see how these events are reflecting on the actual charts. Looking at the daily chart for LTCUSD, we can see a long period of consolidation following high volatility. Throughout early 2025, Litecoin saw several rallies reaching as high as $147. However, the macro trend took a sharp turn later in that year. If we narrow in on October 2025, we see a dramatic series of candles that fundamentally changed the market structure. Specifically, on October 10th, Litecoin suffered a massive flash crash, dropping from an open of $125 to a low of $54.94. This move likely wiped out significant long positions and established a new psychological floor for the asset. Since that crash, the price has struggled to regain its previous momentum above the $100 mark. We saw a brief recovery toward $115 in November, but sellers stepped in aggressively to push us back down. Notice how the volume spiked during that October capitulation, indicating a massive exchange of hands from weak to strong holders. This area around $55 has now become a critical support zone that bulls are desperate to defend in early 2026. Switching over to the 1-hour chart, we can examine the more recent price action and local trends. In late February 2026, we saw another sharp dip where LTCUSD briefly touched the $51.49 level. This level acted as a springboard, leading to a recovery rally within the same week. By February 25th, the price pushed up aggressively to test the $59 resistance level as shown by that large green candle. Every time the price approached $60, institutional sell orders seemed to cap the upside for the time being. This range between $50 and $60 has defined the trading environment for the last several weeks of the year. The hourly candles show a series of higher lows leading into March, which is a constructive sign for short-term bulls. Now, let's look at the 15-minute chart to see the immediate impact of the whale movement over the last few days. On March 11th, the price was languishing around the 53.80 level with very low relative volume. As we moved into March 13th, a surge of buying pressure pushed Litecoin above the $56 mark. The number of transactions increased significantly during this breakout, mirroring the whale accumulation reports. We can see the price holding steady around the 54.50 to 55.50 range for much of March 14th. Every small dip in this time frame was quickly bought up, suggesting that the available supply on exchanges is thinning out. By late March 15th, the price reached a local high of $56.42 before consolidating sideways. This intraday strength is a very positive sign, but we still need to see a daily close above $58 to confirm a macro reversal. Returning to the daily view, we can summarize the most important price levels to watch as we move forward. The most critical support level is clearly the $50 psychological mark. If we were to break below 50, the next targets for bears would likely be the $45 range mentioned in recent analyst reports. On the upside, the immediate resistance sits right at $58, where we saw multiple rejections in February. Beyond that, a sustained break above $68 to $70 would be a major bullish signal for the entire market. Such a move would likely target the $72 to $75 recovery zone in the midterm. The correlation between the recent whale move and the current price stabilization suggests we might be forming a bottom. If the LitVM mainnet launch goes smoothly later this year, it could provide the fundamental catalyst needed for a significant rally. Also, keep an eye on the broader market sentiment, as Litecoin often follows Bitcoin's lead with a slight delay. If Bitcoin maintains its current strength, it provides a necessary safety net for altcoins like LTC. Short-term traders should look for entries near $54 with tight stop losses placed below the $50 level. Long-term investors might view the current retail neglect as a classic contrarian buying opportunity. Institutional accumulation at these historically low levels is often a precursor to a parabolic move. We also have an oversold RSI reading near 37, which supports the case for an upcoming technical bounce. However, we need to see a reversal in ETF flows to really believe in a move back into the triple digits. For now, the bias is cautiously bullish as long as the $52 support holds on a closing basis. A failure to hold 50 would invalidate this bullish thesis and suggest a deeper correction toward $40. I would rate the likelihood of a move to $72 as moderate, currently around 60%. This prediction depends entirely on Bitcoin remaining stable and the successful rollout of smart contract features. If we see another security incident like the January hardware wallet scam, it could severely shake investor confidence. Always watch the Litecoin Summit updates in June for potential roadmap surprises or new partnerships. To recap, our primary levels are 50 for support and 58 for local resistance. Keep a close eye on whale alerts for any more significant exchange outflows in the coming days. Litecoin has a long history of surprising the market when it feels the most boring to retail investors. Make sure to stay tuned to explain the charts for all the latest updates on this and other symbols. Thank you for watching our analysis of LTCUSD for March 16, 2026. If you found this breakdown helpful, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us continue to bring you in-depth crypto analysis every single day. Remember that the cryptocurrency market is highly volatile and carries significant financial risk. Always use proper risk management and never trade more capital than you can afford to lose. Before we go, a quick reminder that this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. This is not financial advice, and I am not a financial advisor. Please do your own thorough research or consult with a licensed professional before making any investment decisions. Trade safe, and we will see you in the next chart breakdown here on Explain the Charts.